And I think Belcher Vestige is a pretty good map for that. We've seen Jaedong try to mix it up with some Swarm Host play because it's very common here. I'm going to go out on a limb and just say it. I don't think Jaedong is very good at Swarm Host play. I feel like when he does it, I more often than not see him lose in that situation because he just kind of has that one bad engagement and they catch all his Swarm Hosts and then he's toast. That happens to him a lot.
Only one player. Well, actually two. There's the two French players can play Swarm Host properly. I think we haven't introduced the players, have we? I mean,
no.
Adabisi's getting angry. All right, down here, of course, is the Red Zerg. Playing for Team Evil Geniuses, it's Jaedong. He's had a haircut for this tournament.
Looks sexy as hell.
And up here is the top left blue Protoss player. It's Liquid Hero.
I felt like that was a quick little skit of, you know, the Family Guy when they go to the weather guy. What's the weather like? Raining cats and dogs, and they just go away for like. I felt like I had done that. A little bit of interesting gateway expand. A lot of people look at this and say, why is that? Well, if he is facing some kind of early pool shenanigans, he can actually go ahead and wall this off with a Cybernetics core or, you know, another gateway or something. So it's just kind of a safer way of doing it. The downside, if there was one, is that it's 2 seconds slower to build over there. But him and big pal of mine, Noni, like to do this in all their builds. Wall it in. Shout out to Tyler Washklashki.
Maybe he's watching now.
Oh, surely he's watching. He's always watching.
Hello. Okay, so with this gateway play, where do you think that Hero would go? He's obviously chosen this for a reason. Is it because it was so simple of a game that happened just previously where Jaedong just absolutely smashed this Nexus first play? Where do you think he's going to go with this?
Well, look, I mean, this is weird. He's not mining off the gas. He builds the gateway, no Cybernetics core, immediately the Nexus. So you look at what his probe's doing. His probe scouted a very vanilla, just kind of 15 hatch. So he says to himself, well, do I really need gas right off the bat? Do I really need a Cybernetics core? No. This Nexus is completely safe. 4 slow lanes are not going to tear down this Nexus. So Hero makes the awesome choice to just go ahead and switch directions in his build just for a second, but it's for the faster Nexus, and I think that's an awesome choice.
Do you think that's enough information for us to pick up on and be like, Hero's going to play a longer game? Because through getting a faster Nexus, he obviously increases his economy, but at trade-off, he slows down his Cybernetics core, which could have been rushed out or at least put down on a normal time for Warp Gate research, for a gateway attack, could be for a robotics facility, go for an immortal all-in. All those options are slowed down because he increased his economy. Does this not now mean that he plays a more generic, more longer, straight-out game?
It could, Apollo. It certainly could. But what I like about Hero...
Nobody at home knows what's going on.
You're supposed to eat that on camera now. You said you would.
We'll keep it that way.
What I like about Hero is that he's equally capable of throwing down a third Nexus at like 6 minutes now. Or he could go 6-gate, or he could go for some kind of fast tech. He's not... you can't predict him. He doesn't do one thing. And that's what makes him really cool. So from the later second gas, my guess would be fast third Nexus, but you can't... You know, I wouldn't wager money on it, is I guess what I'm saying.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out here. As Zealot was just having a look down there. Did pressure a little bit, but is out going to have to leave immediately as he's been chased by Zerglings. But Stalker does come to help out. Well, comes to help out and actually gets... Oh, it's kind of slipping around. That Zealot is helping out, and it looks like the Stalker will get out there. Whew,
completely meaningless battle, but it almost got exciting, kind of.
Almost got a full surround on there, but these two Stalkers are going to bring down every one of these Zerglings if they stick around. There is no Zergling speed, and that's quite a lot there that Jaedong did lose.
And the Queen, actually. This could get quite ugly. Looks like Hero will not pursue. It is going to be a Stargate behind that. No gas at the natural. And this is once again being spotted out by our Zerg player Jaedong. Except not the Stargate tech, excuse me, but the fact that there is no gas at the natural. And with these additional gateways, that does bring him up to just 3. But keep your eye on that, because with this probe out on the map, there most certainly could be some light gateway harass joined up by some Phoenix.
I mean, if we look at the way that Jaedong played previously, the way he played against Stargate play was drone up to 75 and go. With his economy, that is, and then eventually build units. But in this regard, if he was to play the same, which he's not, bear in mind, there are Lings out, there is a Roach Warren down, he could get stung because there's an Oracle on its way. Warp Gate Research is going to finish up. He's going to have 3 gateways ready to rock and roll down to this third base. Is this going to be successful, though, with a Roach Warren down? Obviously, Jaedong's feeling a little bit of something here.
Yeah, you know, the 2 Stalkers is a little bit of a tell. It's a little bit aggressive. Of course, that could be just for harass, but Jaedong usually uses that Star Sense to kind of sniff out the other possibilities, and we can see more Roaches coming out, as well as some drones. Void Ray to follow this up, very interesting. But I did want to say, what I like about this position that Hero's not necessarily embracing. We do have a Scout coming out from Overlords across both bases, and it sounds like an Oracle's doing some serious damage. Yeah,
I did pick off a Queen there and a couple of drones as well, and Hero has launched a semi-successful attack, but it's all about the next follow-up one.
10, 11, 12, almost 13 drones.
Does he have any Zealots warped in on that left-hand side yet, or is he just going to be content with how much damage he's dealt with that Oracle?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. What I like about that is you warp in units, you bring out the Mothership Core, and there's very little risk. I mean, there's less risk, a lot less risk to it. You move out. If the battle turns sour, you recall back. As long as there's a pylon blocking for a Zergling counter or something like that, it really is so favorable for the Protoss.
Well, it looks like Hero is going up to 7 gateways now and started Void Ray production. Though here, Jaedong has found the pylon on the left-hand side.
That's a big deal, by the way.
Going to have anything dealt. Do you think that he was actually going to do anything, though, with this pylon?
Look at the gateways. He's adding 4 more for a total of 7. He's going to do a Void Ray gateway all in, and with those forward pylons, it would have been completely lights out. As it is, it's going to be super hard to hold. I mean, his anti-air is this Hydro Stand that's just now going down, but because he lost 12 drones, he's only got 55.
All right, well, sentries. One of the Force was going to come in. One there, catches 2. Roaches picking them off quite nice.
That's good, though. He sees this. Jaedong needed to spot this attack. We should see something like additional Queens coming out right now.
He's trying to get to Hydralisks at the moment. As you can see, the Hydra's then about to finish up. He is going to build quite a few. Are they going to be enough for the defense? There's the Hydra range. There's 6 Hydralisks. But 3 Void Rays, 7 gateways, 5 additional Stalkers about to join what's already out. This looks like a very strong attack, all based off that original Oracle. And now he is moving forward. He's going to rebuild that pylon, which he lost. Of course, there's a lot of creep down there already, which is going to put the pylon back. Forge has started here. Hero may have
the 3rd. I think that's a really savvy choice. He is not ready. He needs perhaps range, but at least these 7 more Hydras. And this 3rd will die. Now, here's what I want, Apollo, by the way. I want Hero to pick off this 3rd and recall home or go home.
And then just go take a 3rd?
Yeah, I really feel like, I mean, he's on equal basis right now. If he were to attack right now, he's only given Jaedong a chance to capitalize on the fact that they're on the same base economy. Here we go. We're going to have that fight. It's pre-ranged by a few seconds. Jaedong, this is a missed timing. This is not a good time for him to fight at all.
Well, the Mothership Core does get picked off there, but time does go down, and all these Hydras look like they're going to pick off a good couple of secondary force fields there that come down to lock off those 3 Hydralisks. A couple do remain.
6 more Hydras about to come out. He needs to, I mean, why are you doing this, Jaedong? Stay on the creep. There's Time Warp behind you. You've got a couple of Queens. You've got 6 more Hydras about to pop. This is an anti-timing. He's trimming down a few units. There's not a lot of force fields there. And I mean, the Void Rays do have their boost going right now, which is not a big deal because none of this is armored. But, yeah, it's okay.
A very strong army here for Liquid Hero. A fantastic start, and he's marching forward. And the Hydra's getting picked off incredibly fast. He's not even controlling his Void Rays. He kind of knows